Okay, here we go with the 2 versus 2 mini games. First one is Balloon Burst, a game that returned from Mario Party 1, but the difference is, in this version actually, Mario Party 1, it was a 4-player mini game, and in this game, in Mario Party 2, it's a 2 versus 2 game. So yeah, it's the same format technically, whoever pops the Bowser balloon first wins, so it's pretty much the same concept, except 2 versus 2 style. So, it's a pretty alright version, I like it too. Bobsled run. Another game from Mario Party where it's the same thing, where you just ride down the sled and everything to the finish line, whoever makes it is the winner. So, both versions are pretty good. Cake Factory. Some people despise this game for some reason, and I kind of go on with the level of that. I have little problems with this game too, with the way the conveyor belt moves so randomly at speed, ridiculously speeds and everything sometimes. Especially when it gets very fast, it's just hard to pick the stuff up and it just ends up being out of control. So in this minigame, 2 teams must try to beat the other by making cake. One of the players has to place the cake while the others have to place the strawberry on top. They must be careful, as if the strawberry is placed first and then the cake, it will not count as a point and precious seconds are wasted. The team that builds the most cakes by the end of the time limit wins. So I'm mixed on this game. It's just it's not really bad, but I just have problems with it, so it doesn't make it perfect. So next is Destruction Duet, one of the underrated games technically, and I actually like this minigame a lot. It's one of my favorite minigames in Mario Party 2 because it's just some good all-out destruction. There's 2 players on each team, as both teams try to destroy a Bowser statue as quickly as possible. Destroy their Bowser statue as quick as possible. Players on each team can distract the other team by attacking them. So, I actually like that idea of being able to attack the other team to mess them up. So, it's a good concept. So, technically with those good little features, it makes it one of my most favorite minigames in Mario Party 2. So, and possibly my favorite 2 versus 2 minigame. Next is Dungeon Dash, which some of you may remember as Desert Dash in Mario Party 1. Unlike Desert Dash, which is in a desert, you're in a dungeon in this one. In this one, it's technically the same format where you work together as a team and venture through wherever you're at, the desert or the dungeon full of obstacles. The characters are strapped to a pair of stilts and they can move by taking one step at a time. In order for a character to take a step, they must press the joystick in the same direction that appears on the screen. If both characters do not press the control stick in the same direction, they will not be able to proceed forward. While the characters are proceeding through the dungeon, they will encounter a few obstacles that will impede their movement. They will first cross over a large lava pit with flames that are similar to the Potoboo bouncing out. If the flames touch one of the teams, they will be burned and unable to move for a brief moment. They will also encounter a thwomp that is pounding on the ground. If Thwomp manages to squish the characters, they will also be immobile for a brief moment. The first team that reaches the end of the dungeon wins the game, so that's technically how it is. It's a pretty good minigame in its little ways. So, it's pretty alright. Next, Handcar Havoc, which is another game from Mario Party 1. The difference is actually the background. In Mario Party 1, you're in a dark place over lava, where if you fall off you lose and everything, and it's just straightforward there to win the game. In Mario Party 2, however, the difference between the stage is that you're on towers in the sky, and pretty much the same falling off format applies, where if you lean too far to one direction, then you fall off and you're out. Now, Handcar Havoc I did say in Mario Party 1 was my second favorite 2 versus 2 minigame, only beaten out by Bombskid Ball. In this game, Probably my favorite 2 versus 2 minigame, second favorite as well, with Destruction Duet being my favorite. So yeah. Next, Looney Lumberjacks. This game's not really that well known. It's kind of underrated. So in this game, technically, you push and pull a saw to saw off a piece of a log, and whoever saws theirs off first is the winner. Not much I can say about it. It's a pretty alright game. I like the music in this minigame. It just sounds pretty fun to listen to. Everything, and it's just an alright minigame. There's not a lot to say about it. Next, Magnet Carta. In this game, players must pick up the money in the center of the arena and bring it to their team's hole. The coins are worth 1 coin, the coin bags are worth 5, and the chest is worth 10. I like this minigame a lot. I'd say it'd probably be my 3rd favorite 2 versus 2 minigame, and one of my favorites in Mario Party 2. So, it's just a good little decent concept of collecting coins. I like it too for it being some intense battle to try and collect the coins. So yeah. Next we have Sky Pilots. In this game, 2 players must cooperate to reach the end of the course first. So you must avoid the tower walls, Bowser balloons, cannonballs, and everything. So it's almost like a flying version of bobsled run to me. Except just these little birds and everything. So one person in the back powers the bird and makes it speed up and everything by pushing on a thing. And then another navigator is the one who's steering it. So it's a pretty alright minigame. I get some good moments playing this minigame, but sometimes not always, so I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's alright. Speed Hockey. I like this minigame too, although it can be a little bit hard. In this game, both teams simply move up and down to hit the Koopa shell. Like real-life hockey, the players must score by hitting the shell into the other team's goal. As the game goes on, the shell gets faster. And then the first team to get 3 points wins. So it's a pretty fun minigame. I like playing this minigame actually. It's just a great concept and everything. Of just a basic game of hockey. And actually a best of 3 and everything. Or not really best, because you have to get 3 to win. Rather than just one getting 3 and the other getting 2. Although that happens sometimes. So yeah, Speed Hockey, one of my favorite games in Mario Party 2. And just pretty good concept. Toad Bandstand. This minigame reminds me a lot of Mario Bandstand from Mario Party 1, which I said was one of my most favorite minigames in Mario Party 1. In Toad Bandstand, players must play their instruments on key with the notes at the bottom. The team that plays their instruments the most accurately wins. This game's pretty funny too. I like this game. I like this minigame too. It's pretty funny because of the acorn part. I love how when you mess up on a note, you get hit by an acorn. Rather than just simply mess up, you have to get hit by something. So, yeah, that's what makes this minigame a good one for me. So that's why I like Toad Bandstand. It's one of my favorites of Mario Party 2. Just a very funny game. I mean, it would have been just a simple game if you just simply messed up and nothing happened, but this actually makes it very good and funny. More entertaining to get hit by an acorn if you mess up. And finally, the last 2 versus 2 minigame, Torpedo Targets. In this minigame, players and their partners must hit targets using a torpedo launcher submarine. The team that hits the most targets wins. It's almost like Sky Pilots, except with these submarines, where one person's like, or both, powering it and steering it. But other than that, it's a pretty alright game. It's not the best minigame, but I do get some good moments out of it too, so. And that is the 2 versus 2 minigames. Next we will do the 1 versus 3 minigames.